Daughters of St. Paul?
I met the Daughters of St. Paul when I was 17.
Where?
And I met them in New Orleans, Louisiana, just because a friend of mine was going to visit nuns, and she didn't want to go by herself, so she called me up, and I went with her and her parents to visit the sisters. But I had really no interest actually to visit the Daughters of St. Paul, but I was interested in nuns, so I visited them there. And after about a day, I kind of warmed up to them and realized that they were pretty nice, and so we talked, and I found out what it meant to be a religious, a consecrated woman. And we got to know each other. They wrote to me whenever, even when I stopped writing back to them, they would write to me, and that meant a lot to me. And after a while, the relationship just grew, and I really was attracted to their simplicity, and I felt I could do this.
So you met the Daughters of St. Paul?
Well, they came to my house, and I wasn't home, but they saw the family picture hanging in our living room. They left behind some of their Vocations, and when I came home, I went through them, and I really got interested in who they were, and I went to visit them.
Where are you from?
From Alexandria, Virginia.
I met the Daughters of St. Paul in the book center in Honolulu, Hawaii. I walked in to find a gift for my mother for Mother's Day.
I met the sisters when I was a teenager, and I was Christmas shopping in Staten Island.
Sister Christine, how did you meet the Daughters of St. Paul?
I met the Daughters of St. Paul through an advertisement, a little advertisement in, I believe it was our Sunday Visitor, and through that little advertisement, there are two Daughters of St. Paul. I know, it may have been Catholic Digest.
How did you meet the daughters?
How did I meet the daughters? Well, I had a CCD teacher who used to print books, and little books, and he thought the nuns were so cool because we had printing presses. So he brought me down to the sister store in New Orleans. That was about 2 hours away from my home. And Sister Mary Timothy talked to me, and we had a great time.
How did you meet the daughters?
I met the sisters in the Hawaii Book Center, and I was 14 years old. I saw the word Hawaii Books and Media. I thought that I could find Chinese books in there.
She wasn't finished. My best friend took me there because it was a store run by nuns.
How much time do I have? Do you want the long version or the short version?
Did you call us from
Oh, our two sisters came from San Antonio to my parish in Houston and gave a vocation talk.
Some there too.
Okay.
I met the Daughters of St. Paul through Catholic Digest ad, and I went to their bookstore in Boston.
What was the hardest thing to give up?
One of the hardest things to give up was my foot. I don't want to say it. But I just ate a pepper, so it's really hard to answer. But the hardest thing for me to give up was good. I'm sorry? Do you know in Boston, the green peas have like no flavor whatsoever?
My family.
My family leaving home.
What was one word? What was the hardest thing to give up?
My 5-speed bike.
You took it off. You censored me. I
What was the
know.
hardest thing to give up?
My car and my horse.
And May, one word. What was the hardest thing to give up?
my car and the Hawaiian weather?
What's the hardest thing to give up? One word.
You got it, my niece's
One word.
Water ski and beach.
Okay, well, Helena, what was the hardest thing for you to give up?
Jewelry.
Belonging to Jesus.
Just put it down.
So Margaret,
Mushrooms?
what's your favorite thing about religious life?
Community life.
I love sharing Jesus with people through our mission.
Favorite thing about religious life?
The nuns, they're great.
So Christine, what's your favorite thing about religious life?
Yeah, it was I would have to say probably the prayer aspect, more time to pray.
What's your favorite thing about religious life?
Truthfully say community, because sometimes you know what, I'm really into my faith right now.
What's your favorite thing about religious life?
The gospel message.
What's your favorite thing about religious life?
Prayer.
Thank you.